Hello to everyone. Today we are going to see the distribution system. How the water is distributed from the treatment to the individual houses. So first, what is the requirement of good distribution system? Here, when we are collecting the water from the treatment plant, it has to be safely transported to the individual houses. So at that time, the requirements are there for adopting good practice of distribution. So water quality should not get deteriorated in the distribution pipes. When the treatment is done to the water, it has to be safely transported to the individual houses. At the time of distribution, no contamination should enter into the water. Next one is it should be capable of supplying water all the intended places with sufficient pressure head. So we can see sometimes in this general in the rural areas, water is not coming to or delivered to the end points because of the low pressure head. So that is not the good practice. We should, whenever we are developing a good distribution system, it should be reach to the last point with sufficient pressure head. It should be capable of supplying requisite amount of water during the firefighting. So in case of fire is there, the water which is kept as a fire demand, it should be the distribution system should give produce or supply requisite amount or the required amount of water for firefighting. Next one is the layout should be such that no consumer would be without water supply during the repair or any section in the system. So the layout, whenever we are designing a layout of water distribution, we should see that there should be a bypasses or the cross connections so that there should be water's continuous movement of water if any damage of the pipe takes place. All the distribution pipes should be preferably laid 1 meter above the sewer line. Whenever there is a sewer line and water supply line is there in a same place, so it should be situated or it should be laid 1 meter above the sewer line so that any sewer pipeline damaged contamination will not or should not enter into the water supply line. It should be fairly watertight as keep losses due to the leakage to the minimum. So the whatever the material we are using, it should be watertight so that there will not be any leakage of water. So next is layouts of the distribution. This is very important concept for the distribution. The distribution pipes are generally laid below the road pavements as such layouts generally follow the layouts of the road. So where we will keep put the pipes or where we will lay the pipes generally near the road or on the shoulders of the road. So the layout generally follows the layout of the road. In general, four different types of networks are there. We will see what are the four different types of network. Any one of which can be used or combination of one or two can be used for a particular place. So what are those layouts? So these are the distribution layouts. One is dead end system, another one is radial system, next one is gridiron, last one is ring system. So what is this dead end system? We will see one by one. The dead end system is shows like this. It will contain main pipe, branch, sub main and cutoff valves. You can see the dead end. There is no loop between the pipes. It is suitable for the old cities or the towns which is having no definite pattern of roads. In dead end system, it is also called as tree system. One main pipe will be there which will originate and the submains will be right angle to the main pipe. Each main is divided into several branch pipes called as laterals or branches. From the laterals, we will get the, sorry, it is called submains. From the submain, the branch branches or laterals will be connected to the consumer. This type may have to be adopted in general in the older towns. So there is advantages as well as disadvantages of this system. What are the advantages? It is generally a cheap. So distribution network can be easily, relatively cheaper. So cost of laying of the pipe is very cheap because it follows only the path of the road network. It possible, and it is also easily, if there is any problem, it is easily can be solved. And also we can calculate the discharges at each point in the system. Determination of discharge pressure is very easier because there is very less number of valves. Shorter length of pipe is required in the system, and it is simple, and it can be expanded at any times. So there are some disadvantages also. What are those disadvantages? One is due to the dead end, water will be stagnant at the pipes. So in the last end section, water will be stored there if somebody closes the wall. So what happens? Because of this, lot of amount of water will be stored in the pipe. That will prevent the free circulation of water. When the pipes water will be stored in the pipe, the degradation of quality of water will be taking place. Therefore, wastage of treated water will occur in this system. Next system is radial system. What is this radial system? This radial system, which is generally there if a city or a town having a system of radial type of roads emerging, so different centers, then we can have this system, where here in this area is divided into different zones. Then the water is pumped into the distribution reservoirs kept in the middle of each zone. So here this is the distribution reservoir. Here in this sketch they have shown four zones with the four distribution reservoirs. The supply of pipes are laid ending towards the periphery. So this is the main line where it is connected to the distribution reservoir. From there the sub water will be moving to the outward of the distribution reservoir. So if any one distribution reservoir or in any place any damages is there, continuous movement of the water will takes place. So what is the advantage? It gives quick service and calculation of pipe size is very easier. Next one is grid iron system. What is this grid iron system? It is suitable for a rectangular layout. If the city is in a rectangular shape, then this system is suitable, where the water from the mains branches will be laid rectangle to each other, or it is also called as interlaced system, or it is one more name is reticulation system. Submains and branches are interconnected to each other. You can see the branches, submains and main pipes are interconnected to each other. It is generally suitable for well-planned city. Hence, this system is more suitable for well-planned city. This principle of grid iron can be applied to the dead end and also can use it by closing the loop. So here it will contain main pipe, branch and submains. Advantages. What are the advantages? Water kept in a circulation. What we have seen in the dead end system, water will be stagnated at the end portion. That will not occur here. In the case of breakdowns, some section of water is available. So what the disadvantages? Exact calculation of the sizes are not possible because of the number of holes in the branches. Last one is ring system. This system is applied when the supply is laid along the periphery of road. Submains and branches are out from the mains. This system also follows the gridiron system with a flow pattern similar to the dead end system. Reducing the size of the pipe will be generally done. So here what you can see, the ring system. Main line, these are the main which is going in the peripheral of the city, then interconnected with the submains. Then the branches can be laid. So water can be supplied at any point of time because the water is supplied in a two direction. If any damages are there in this area, the main line is there, that will supply the water. So next concept we will study about distribution of water.